Up to 185 miles per hour in sixth gear as they come down here. Zanardi's gone for the outside line and he's gone around the outside of Greg Moore. Fantastic stuff. He's got that car working brilliantly on the brakes. Alex Zanardi's car from the back of Andre Ribeiro's Reynard, and Ribeiro doing a fine job this weekend. He was the pole sitter here last year. Look at Zanardi, he's gone for the inside and he's going to go into that position. Another very clean piece of overtaking from Alex Zanardi. And who said you can't overtake on a street race? This track to third now. This a replay of the pass, and again very committed, down on the brakes on the inside, put his car, look, there was a little bit of contact there, just touched wheels, but that was a great move from Alex Zanardi. Which way is he going to go, outside or inside? He's going for the outside. Rahal is defending the inside line. Oh, Rahal's made a little mistake that could give Zanardi the chance to get alongside, but he doesn't quite manage it. But what about up into turn 5 where we saw him go past? Yes, he does it there, into turn 5, a little bit wide on the exit, but he's managed to get through safely. Wow, this is great racing from Alex Zanardi.
Here's Kanan going to the inside of Castro Neves, the exact same place that he got together with
airborne. Yeah, they're going to do it. Here's the pass by Hideki into turn 9, big braking, and
excuse me.
That all counts. That all counts.
Blank through. And there's a move. That's got to be Dixon.
Dixon passes Andretti.
Wow, we thought Dixon.
Oh, and Antonucci misses the corner, and Danica is off track.
Oh, here comes Muto. Whoa! Look at Conway. Conway takes the position.
Conway moves to third. Wow.
I got bad news for you, though, Robbie. Mike Conway is down to one final push of the overtake button. He used him up to do that.
He doesn't need no stick and overtake. He's got the position, and here comes Marias.
It does not matter what's behind me. I just think about what's in front of me, and I go.
I don't need it. I'm out of here.
Muto slips back to 5th.
Muto was my man, too. I was pumping him up there early
Here
on.
comes Wilson to the inside.
Yes.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Oh, and
He's still got a lid on.
Yeah. You know, we had drifting yesterday, and now we got him today.
He said we're going to try to race our way to the front, and this is the first track he's been at this year. Well, he's raced at before. He won here as a teenager when he was 16 years old.
Munoz and Daly at Canada corner. And Munoz was pretty forceful about that.
Well, and Daly was forceful about trying to hold the position around the outside. I'm blown away by the amount of grip Daly had way offline at the exit. As you see Chilton and Rossi going for it. This is great wheel-to-wheel action.
And now Power's got a nice lead, and the pressure is off.
And there we see
coming in.
Marco Andretti, one of the first to pit on what we'd call the alternate strategy. He started at the back. He's going to try to 3-stop it here and make it to the end as the battle continues.
Flat in the kink. He's on that push to pass. Look at him come.
Here we go.
Look at that.
The run down the Canada corner. This is at over 180 miles per hour. Great move, Tony Kanaan.
About 50
spots any longer, so tough day for Scott Dixon and the team. And the battle on the track getting good, Lee.
Look at this on the inside. Championship leader Pagano through on Tony Kanaan. He's now up to second. In the Verizon Team Penske Chevy, what's he got? Less than a second over Simon Pagano. Charlie Kimball and Elio Castro Neves go wheel to wheel. Oh, they hit! There's a collision there.
And they'll stay side by side to 3.
He's supposed to give up that position, what we're hearing from timing and scoring from the prior lap, but he's not giving it up very easily.
And now Kimball's got Ryan Hunter-Reay all over him. Oh, look at Hunter-Reay. He's out on the grass and dirt. Captain America rounds up Charlie Kimball, and he's now out after Elio Castro Neves.
Problem you have now is
Hunter-Reay's going to go wide. Kimball's going to have a chance. No.
And guys in the background, take a look who's there.
Montoya just chops the nose off of Newgarden.
And
look at Newgarden come flying back here. He's going to get him on the uphill. Montoya runs wide in 5, now uphill under the bridge. My corner, pal. Back off. Move out of the way. I'm coming through.
And he used it with that work in the championship. I'm racing at Road America.
Hunter-Reay's got to run. There's some type of issue with Pagano's car. He's got a misfire. Both of these cars rounding him up on the straightaway easily.
Next in queue will be Charlie Kimball and then Joseph Newgarden.
He's really off power now. Look at Kimball on the outside.
Oh! Squeezing Simon Pagano. What a move, Charlie Kimball. And
Here
Montoya
goes
wants a second shot. Montoya wants a shot at his teammate and at Newgarden.
Pagano's motor is going away. He's waving his hands. He's lost 5 positions in 1 lap. This thing might not be. Look at these two.
Montoya does not like the fact that Joseph Newgarden put some pretty slick moves on him, and he said, hey, I'm a two-time Indy 500 winner. I'm an Indy.
It is Marco Andretti who makes a move and picks up 2 positions going into turn number 1.
Bobby Rahal runs in 3rd place. We'll be back to Detroit after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Oh, you know what?
Look
right
at Paul
here,
Tracy.
this is amazing.
He hits him. Paul Tracy takes the lead. Andretti now closes up, trying to close in. Paul Tracy at front, Michael Andretti second, Jack Arute. Oh! And Michael Andretti moves outside of Paul Tracy, tries to grab him. Jack Arute, you had an update on the leaders?
Yes, Paul. One thing to remember is that both teams are situated at opposite ends of pit road.
Michael glanced off the wall.
And
looks like Tracy got it too.
And Rahal
goes into the lead.
The Fox.
2 cars, looks like both of them brushed the wall, and Rahal takes the lead of this race. But both Paul Tracy and Michael Andretti continue on. Now Michael moves alongside of Paul Tracy, tries to get under him.
Michael has decided to have a shoot-off. He says, hey, this young man cannot be run away from this race the way he is. I'm going to show him that I am the fastest. And boy, what a contest we're seeing. And he passed him back.
Michael Andretti takes a replay of the situation. They bounce. Well, maybe they don't actually touch at that point.
Oh, yeah, they touched there, but not again. They touched wheel to wheel.
And both of them.
And now here goes Rahal. Oh, look at that.
It's a really fast section of the racetrack. They just fly through this right-hander. Vizo's taking a look. Looks like he's going to pull it off. Nice move.
Nice move on Luca Filippi there from EJ Viso. James Jakes is well placed. He is that silver and purple car. Oh, wow, that's Wilson. Oh, that was Conway, rather, all out of shape.
Nice save, though. I'll tell you what, he had that thing going. And that's the thing about this racetrack that I love. It's so wide. You can make those passes, or you can at least present yourself so where another driver can see that you're coming.
He and J.R. Hildebrand are tag teaming the final races in this season. He'll do this one inside move. Look at this. This is nice work from Justin Wilson. And Sebastian Bourdais. Wow, Bourdais on Canaan. That was a decisive move. Power in pursuit. Look at this here. Luca Filippi feels racy on Simon Pagenaud. Looks for an inside run. He's going for it. The Italian pulls it off. Wow. That was a bold move from Luca Filippi. He did it.
Take a look. And one thing about I've noticed on Filippi's car, his car looks like it's really good in the short run, but on the long run, he's having some trouble. As Bourdais takes the position from Pagenaud. Again, Pagenaud's car better on the long run, so he struggles on these restarts.
And look at that. Don't forget Kevin Tolder-Simona on the inside of Simon Pagenaud. He's lost 2 positions, 3 positions on this. The 2000 winner in Houston on a different track. Look at this. Here's Simon Pagenaud on Simona and executes it. Nice one. Simon Pagenaud claws his way back into the top 5.
What a midget race there in 1969 on the dirt in the Astrodome. Pretty cool.
Speaking of feeling pain, that's what Helio Castro Neves is going through. There he is right there. Our championship leader just revisiting the big storyline today. He had a gear cluster issue, was forced to pit as Pagenaud and Simona Di Silvestro. They forced their way past Saveda, and Simona got Pagenaud.
Yeah.
That was a swift move. Remember, we've seen it before at the restarts. It seems to take a few laps for Pagenaud to get to speed, and now Wilson is hounding him. James Jakes whips through on the inside. Joseph Newgarden as well as they go through that bump section at turn 1.
Yeah, you're right. Pagenaud, they've got to figure a way to get this car a little bit better on these starts and these restarts. Some of these guys taking the low line, but boy, good racing here.
Yeah, Mike Conway is not about to do his teammate any favours either. So the Dale Coyne cars as Wilson puts a wheel up on the inside of Pagenaud. Good side-by-side racing, and then he squeezed him.
They got a lot of talent.
Newgarden making some noise here, taking a look underneath.
Sato
going to force his way through. Good move.
Remember, these guys raced hard on the streets of Brazil. We thought that Joseph Newgarden may have got his very first career win. James Jakes on the inside of Sato. Oh!
See, Sato had to let him go, and when he let him go.
IndyCar podium. Look at this mad scrap here. Luca Filippi, who was running as high as second earlier, he's trying to force his way into the top 10. He's fighting, and there's power. There's Will Power. He's stuck behind. Oh, and Diego gets turned around. Justin Wilson. Oh, this is Filippi on Kimball. That is for a top 10 spot.
Look at that! Fuel comes right up on him, and Cheevers blows. Cheevers blows. Is it fuel? It could very well be, but now can fuel make it? So Sperry is right there. So Sperry coming down under John Paul Jr. The final lap with a lot of traffic. traffic ahead, so Sperry gets way high. Is Buell about to take his first win?
Well, we got traffic. He's got a corner left. He's got one of them. He's got a little bit of space. Look at on the outside.
So Sperry moves high on the outside. Buell just may get trapped as they come to the line. He comes way wide, so Sperry makes the drive, but Buell takes the win.
And so far, without any full course yellows.
Oh. Franchitti, Fittipaldi, a bump. This is a battle at 13th place. You're on board with Junqueira. He's 15th. Here comes Cristiano Damana down the inside. Now to Farron. Tries to make his move. Whoa, it's going to get crowded.
And you've got to be careful down there, being 100 feet wide. When you pass someone, you want to slide right up next to him side by side. If you get way to the inside of the corner, the visibility to the sides and behind these cars is very bad, and they won't see it, and they'll just come across heading for the apex and ram you. So you don't want to be too far away from the guy you're trying to pass.
Out right alongside Adrian Fernandez, and they're going to argue a bit about it.
You can tell where the pit speed limit ended. Those guys both came off the button, the rear's lit, because remember, you're full throttle when you got the pit speed limiter on. And now it's a drag race because it's faster coming out of the pits than it is going through the corner.
Breck trying to get around Adrian Fernandez as he comes back into the battle. Adrian sweeps behind him. They go side by side along the Lakeshore Straight. Look at Breck continue to work on Fernandez. And remember, these are cold tires. They just came out of the pits, Breck did.
And full tanks, he's going to make a run coming down inside 5.
Breck is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And so they're now targeting lap 68 for their second stop, which would mean they'd have to go 32 laps to the checkered flag.
Came down to turn 1, did it the old-fashioned way. Just outbroke him and said, I've got the apex, I got the corner. You can out-drag me, but we both have Hondas, and I know you're on the overtake button, and so am I.
You're looking back from Kenny Breck. Herta gets out in front of Franchitti. He was a little further down the pits.
But watch the drag race here now, coming out of the pit lane. Whoa, look at Dario light him up on the way out.
Oh, they both lay on the throttle, out on the Lakeside Straight.
Dario's got the inside line to turn 3. 35 to 40 seconds. I don't think he can make that.
Jan Beekes, what are they thinking down in his pit?
Well, of course, we have a feeling.
Just a second, Herta.
We'll be right
Herta
back.
makes a big move on Franchitti and grabs second, almost loses it. Moreno's on top of him now. We'll get back to you, Jan.
Well, that's going to help you out, Chip, because I know you're trying to just run as fast as you can.
You think you just put the call out to Nelson Philippe. Keep it smooth, keep your rhythm, but Armendinger is coming. Well, there's Tracy attacking Bourdais around the outside. Whoa!
How did he get that done? I've never seen anybody round up another on the outside.
Ryan Briscoe in a bit of traffic here. He's the spectator and sneaks up the inside. Folded. Neil.
Yeah, Bourdais makes a big lash on the dirty side of the track. He locks up and smacks the front left corner of Will Power's car very hard. Sebastian goes down the runoff, does a flick spin. Earlier that the leading guys are on the same strategy. I can't work that out at the moment because the last stop for Serbia was on lap 14. He's only stopped once, and now PT up the inside. Huge moment though. Did he get the job done? Wild stuff from Paul Tracy, and he drops a spot once again, and there's no love lost between he and Oriol Serbia. Now he has another lash at it once again. Paul Tracy on Oriol Serbia side by side to turn 1. They argue, and then eventually he yields.
Here it is again. He gained a spot and lost it again. He gathered it up pretty well though.
Great car control.
Junqueira, the spectator. Oh, here's a lock up. And more trouble coming up to Mingus. Before that pit stop, he did a 1:45 just before he came in. In fact, he did that for the last few times. Here's Tagliani, almost contact there as he tries to find his way through the pack.
You look Dominguez, he's on charge. He's going for it. He knows he needs to take a shot here. If he doesn't make a mistake, he's strong.
Well, he took a shot at Philippe there through that corner into the chicane. And Tracy, as Dominguez lost momentum, Tracy gains it.
Whoa.
Pushed a pass, and he has to shortcut because it didn't come off.
Down. He just gets pushed wide by Dario there coming off the corner. Dario pushes here. We'll watch the pass. This is going down the back straightaway. DeFerrin in too hot. Moreno does the classic thing. He just turns a little later, a little better exit speed, drives down underneath him going into the next corner.
ongoing battle for third place here. Kenny Breck comes out wide, looks at DeFerrin. DeFerrin tries the inside of Moreno. It doesn't work for him. Leaders come off the corner. DeFerrin and Kenny Breck touching.
Well, as we go back to Green, Barry Green wants to have some words, I think, with some card officials.
Oh, and it's a battle going into turn one. Mauricio Guzman is the leader. Kenny Breck gets in trouble, goes way wide on the corner, misses the wall, comes back in. Fernandez gets in trouble. Now DeFerrin has the lead. Kenny Breck goes side by side with Tony Kanaan. They come past the support pit straight away.
Moreno by Guzman.
And Cristiano D'Amata in trouble on there, but knows that at least Moreno is still in second, though his second car, Jimmy Vasser, in trouble. Look at this little battle. Whoa, and parts fly there as well. Well, this is turning into a desperation street fight. Now we know why Pat Patrick was smiling. This is the reason. That's the third time today that Moreno has been able to pass Gil DeFerrin on the racetrack.
He is a very defensive driver.
Little Al tries to the outside as the white flag comes out. Side by side through the first turn. Little Al takes the advantage running high and comes into the lead. Less than 2 miles to go now in this 500-mile run, and Al Unser Jr. picks the lead up again. But what about Scott? He's going to chase Al everywhere he can.
He's got the draft now.
Well, Scott Pruitt may have the advantage coming to the final turns. Did he move too quick? Did he move too soon?
He's still
they
got
continue side by side. Al Unser Jr. and Scott Pruitt come to the line, and Pruitt's got him. Scott Pruitt takes the win.
One of the best races I've seen.
Scott Pruitt scores his first IndyCar win, the 36th for his owner, Pat Patrick, and the third Michigan 500 win.
Fabulous race.